Hey, hello.
Hey, good morning or good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from and what time you're listening.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. So let's just start by playing as people come in.
Yay.
Hello and welcome. Hello to Masha and Simone and Samantha and Lisa and Mum and Jazara and Annie and Becca. It's so good to see you all, feel you. Hey Fee, nice to see you with us as well. So we come out today, it's quite sunny and breezy, and we found an old oak tree to find a bit of shelter from the wind, and it's just beautiful. In fact, I'm not sure, it might be a little bit windy on the mic. Maybe if you want to have a little chat, I'll just move that to the other side.
Okay. But it's a beautiful spring day. And the oak tree is filled with leaves. And all of its flowers, I suppose. They must be wind pollinated. So it's just giving out millions and millions of bits of pollen so that the acorns will start to grow.
Which is actually perfect for what we were thinking that we'd like to just bring in today.
Yeah.
Because this oak tree being like a heart, like a central pillar or a heart in this bit of land. And from that heart, then new life is created and abundance can flow from that heart with the interaction of other life.
But it's the pillar, it's the keystone of the ecosystem here. There's so many thousands of other species that are supported by the oak tree, in the soil, in the air, on the tree itself. There's ivy growing on it, there's a hazel tree growing amongst the roots. It's it's the keystone of the ecosystem, the British countryside. It feels so abundant. It's be underneath it. Yay.
Hey Leslie,
Yay.
nice to see us out in nature. It's good to be out in nature and share that with you.
Yeah.
I hope you're hearing all the birds. So pretty. And for the last few days we've been tuning into some meditations that were coming from Mount Shasta, which is a really incredible power point of the earth, and kind of culminated in the final meditation was this extraordinary coming together of thousands of people were involved in this, because they're already part of this community of they're called the Stargate Collective or something, aren't they? And just on the English channel that we were on, there were almost 5,000, and then there were all the different countries.
10 different languages.
Yeah. So we didn't even see how many people were on, but incredible amount. And it culminated in this bringing in of visioning what it is that we want to see for this beautiful planet of ours, for our futures, for the generations coming through, and for ourselves. And things like, without having to know how it would ever happen, and without putting any restrictions on it, just purely opening the heart and really visioning, what is it you want to see? Is it fresh, clean water for every living being on this planet? Is it abundant flow for each individual? Is it that everybody is aware of their connection with everything, with nature, with each other, and it brings so much joy that all you really receive from people is love and smiles and joy, and kind of almost feels like this fantasy Disney kind of reality, but really it's just like we're just touching in on something that was very involved and had been growing over a long time, but this particular snippet was over a few days. But we wanted to bring that awareness in for you today, to just spend a bit of time, if you want to, especially with us now and then onwards as well, of just feeling in, thinking of what it is that you would love to see in the world that would be of the highest good for everyone, every living being, this beautiful planet, and trusting the wisdom of this planet, that she knows how to regenerate herself. It's all there. We just actually need to trust her. And so just to think that, and then start feeling the joy of that, of being free to be yourself and not having obligations to try and be something different to fit in or make a living or create something because you think you ought to, but actually just being so valued and so respected for being you. And to feel that, actually feel that moving through your heart center as you feel it in your emotions, in the cells of your body. And part of the meditation that we did actually was to amplify that feeling with all these thousands of people around the world, and then send out waves of this intention. And so just to bring that in today, to have a sense of how that would feel for you, to have this freedom and this peace and this joy and abundance, and always plentiful, always plenty. And to see that happening in every single person's life, and for every single living thing, down to the tiniest organism. So the perfect mantra for this feels like Lokah, Samasta, Sukino, Bhavantu. I know a lot of you enjoy the mantras, so rather than being kind of a bit like going with it so much and not really knowing what we're going to do before, thought we'd have a little tune in and see, and that's the one that came. And this is also the one that Amma, the hugging mother, has been talking about, that this is the one to sing right now. It's so full of compassion, and it's seeing all of us free and happy. and in our true nature, natural way of being, natural selves, and that every thought and action and all our words actually contribute to that. Like, what even does that feel like? Every thought, every action you take and everything you speak actually contributes to the happiness and well-being of every individual. So I know lots of you are familiar with this. If not, just absorbing and listening and feeling into that sense of abundance and plenty and health and vitality, what that feels for you. Sukino Bhavantu, Lokah Samasta, 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 Sukino Sukino Bhavantu Lokah Samasta. Sukino Bhavantu Lokah Samasta. Sukino Bhavantu Lokah Samasta. Sukino Bhavantu. So maybe just taking a moment to feel the strength of the oak tree. So strong, powerful, easeful. For a few moments longer, consciously, with this sense of visioning the world that you would love to be a part of, one of peace, vibrancy, amazing health for everybody, clean water, the remembering of being connected. So we've heard from a few of you, we've been asking the last few days, asking for you to share with us what this is for you, what it's bringing you, what you're finding through coming and meeting in this way each day. And it's absolutely incredible and humbling to hear from you, and it really kind of helps us to bring our conscious minds into what it is that is actually happening here for you. It's just incredible hearing how this is supporting you and what you're discovering and developing and experiencing, and that's what we want to keep hearing from you, so that we can intuitively feel our way into where this is going, how this is growing, and how to keep it moving and growing and alive in the way that it best supports all of us. So please do messages on here, personal messages to us. It really helps that feedback loop of what we're bringing, what you're bringing, how this is being shared, what's happening for you, what's being supported and nourished and developing for you.
Yeah, thank you, Samantha, for that message you sent today. It was really, really touched both of us, didn't we? Just before we came out, we read it, and it was wow, so amazing to feel your journey and how what we're bringing is really opening up a whole new way of seeing the world, it feels like.
Yeah, and we're always it's so touching to hear you in your raw truth as well, like really telling us what this is doing for you. Like, it's always lovely for the ego to hear it's beautiful, but really what's happening for you. That is like the rich soil to keep this growing and moving and alive in the way it wants to be.
Yes.
So we've got 3 Susies all in a row here. Really good to see
Hi
you.
Suzanne, hi Suzanne. Hi Susie. Great. Oh, thanks for the love, Simone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Across the waters.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
you have to say your thing.
May the 4th be with you.
On this day.
Positive, fresh presence and divine connection. Thank you, Becca. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay. Thanks, Michelle. That was probably one of your little ones, I think, touching on the heart button. There's so much love coming in when we start playing the teach. Thanks for that. I think your eyes were shut, but it was such this wave of love.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yay. Thank you so much.
So wishing you a beautiful day and really encouraging that feeling. Really more and more come to that space of what is it that you want to see happen and create in this world. And don't let those feelings of like, yeah, but that's impossible, or how's that ever going to happen, or none of that. Just pure feeling into, wow, this feels so good. Because that's how change happens. Truly, we're creating our world right now.
Yes.
So be conscious.
Yes.
And he's sending loads of love. Yeah.
Cool.
I really encourage you to drop into that as many times a day as you remember, especially if you find yourself feeling like getting caught, you know, by what's coming in through the media or anything like that. Just remember, it doesn't have to be your story. It doesn't have to be our story. We can keep coming back to this visioning of what it is that we're creating together. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So much love to you all.
So
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
It's because we love you. We love you too, Tivan, and all of you.
Yay. Vicky, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So much love.
So much love.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.